Let's see that spicy first ban coming in. Junkrat, probably a good ban. Pretty good on this map. You can just harass the turn infinitely. It's actually kind of nasty. Medivh coming in, just generally a good hero for team fighting. Great on this map. Chromie ban as well. And probably a diva, honestly. I don't think she's good here, but I'm seeing a lot of diva picks or bans today. Oh, that's actually better. Just because red team is picking first. Gasol is significantly better than diva. Got the Cassia coming in. It's actually a bit nasty. I don't know how blue team might even respond to it. Joanna would not be that great into Cassia, but at the same time, it is a hyper tank. Blaze is also good on a map like this. So honestly, the heroes from the previous game are great, but you can't whip in the Junkrat, so you are going to see the Joanna coming in. Got a Brightwing, since that was left up. Polymorph is a broken ability. Got the Diablo and Anduin insta-lock. Not even thinking about this. Red team is not reacting to what blue team is picking at all. They just don't care. I don't necessarily agree with that because Brightwing can cuck a Diablo pretty easily. And the Diva ban comes in as well. I don't think there was any real chance that red team would have picked the Diva here. It doesn't really work with what they picked so far. And there's the Blaze ban coming in. Blaze is hot. Pun both intended and not intended. But yeah, Blaze is a pretty good hero. If you have teammates to back you up, you just don't die really. Ragnaros is still up. Ragnaros would actually be kind of nasty right now. Red team doesn't have the best ways to deal with it, but even if red team picks it, I would expect a Ragnaros on one of these teams. It is going to come in, and well, Vesper team likes playing that Yrel, doesn't care that it's been nerfed. Tychus coming in for the Diablo. Tychus will probably have a bit of a bad day here. Probably not going to get a single kill on Diablo, honestly, unless Vesper team comes in big with those Yrel plays. This should be a bit of a better game, or at least a bit more of a competitive game than the previous ones we've been watching, just because so far these teams, neither one has an obvious advantage. So on the left side, honestly, even Kael'thas might be okay here. It's not amazing. You don't necessarily want a mage, but at the same time, honestly, a Ragnaros would be kind of nasty into their team. It's just that you wouldn't have a way of dealing with the Cassia. As to what you can pick to deal with the Cassia, I think really should just be killing the rest of her team and kill her last because you'd have to hard dive her and they don't have a dive comp right now. So this Yrel actually does not combo with their teammates. Hanzo can kind of make it work, but you definitely wanted more damage here. Otherwise, you just don't kill anybody. So got the game starting. Let's see how this turns out. Right now, I would give a slight edge to red team just based on hero picks. But this Hanzo will scale more so than the enemy team damage will. So if he gets some spicy kills later on in the game, late game blue team might have the advantage. So far, I would actually kind of give blue teams a slight edge just based on the way people have been positioning so far. The Diablo does get pushed into the towers, but like I said, the Anduin is just going to pull him out. I think blue team was moving a lot better than during that team fight, but they might just get punished super hard if the polymorph comes in. Never mind. Polymorphs on blue team, not on orange team. I was thinking if orange team can polymorph him, but they don't have that. So far, pretty evenly matched game. Blue team is choosing not to let this lane stay pushed, even though they had the option to do that. And orange team is moving really well around the map. This is how you want to play this map. You just rotate top and mid, just over and over, and you just never die. You can also gank people. Meanwhile, blue team is very slow on the wave clear. They're not the best wave clear right now, so they're going to be slow. And orange team already starting on the Merc camp instantly. It does get you some XP. It's not that useful in terms of pushing lanes down, but at the same time, right now you don't really have anything else to do. So you might as well just get this camp. I don't necessarily agree with that play because orange team was out-rotating blue team, and you can use that to punish the enemy team by catching them out during rotations and ganking them like they're trying to do right now. They're not going in on Joanna. That is a smart play. The Unstoppable coming in. Otherwise, that would have been a kill 100%. The Root was about to come in. That guy was dead. To Rice, everybody ignored Joanna. Stark difference from the previous game where everyone tries to hit her. So orange team, understands how the game works, that's good news for them. There is not going to be an unstoppable on Hanzo coming in for at least 5 minutes. So at around 6, 7 minutes, he'll get that unstoppable back. In the meantime, they're considering going for a gank here, but they just have to clear this lane out. No gems have been turned in on either team. Joanna is going in for a little bit of harass so that her teammates can clear this out, but honestly, she should be using that on the lane because they've almost lost an entire wall here. And when Orange team manages to get a turn in at some point in time, it's actually going to hurt quite a bit. Just a little bit of dancing mid lane. Meanwhile, bot lane, I assume nobody actually has the advantage there. Nobody's going to win that lane because they just have infinite sustain essentially. But Malthael is actually running away to double soak mid lane so that his teammates can fight top lane. And if Malthael wants, he can rotate in on this faster than Yrel can. But otherwise, absent the rotations, nobody's going to die up here. Unless you actually flip the Joanna into your team, in which case your teammates might die. That's actually a bit of a mistake on Diablo that might have gotten his Rainer killed. He got a little bit lucky that the enemy team did not instantly follow up on that. I don't like that Diablo mechanic. I don't like flipping the Joanna if you're not going to push her into your wall. And he did not have his push-ups, so he could not do that. So that's actually a mistake on his part. And just based on that, I think blue team might actually have the advantage because their mechanics are just that tiny bit better. Orange team rotations are better. Blue team mechanics are a tiny bit better. And since orange team rotations are better, they already got this wall done. It's actually going to hurt quite a bit for blue team because orange team is just going to be able to open up this map. They can just turn in right now. Blue team went for the call to take merc camps and just gave away a free turn in. Okay, looks like they got stopped a little bit by the Hanzo annoying scatter shots. And the orange team just has to back off on this. They can't get this anymore. They tried. They went for it. It's not going to work out anymore. Especially since they have to clear mid lane now. So blue team, if they wanted, actually can probably get the first turn in of the game. But in the meantime, Diablo can harass this for quite some time. The people with all the gems are not turning right now, which is bot lane right now. So it looks like orange team will be able to clear mid lane out and might even get the turn. They got another 11 gems coming in, but that might be a dead boy. No, Cassia's not going to die here. She has no way of getting killed in that situation. Vespertine had the option to rotate on that, but they're making the safe play, just going for the turn in. Red Web Weavers have descended upon the throne, and we got the Polymorph coming in on the Malthael. He's not going to be able to get away from this one. Oh, they mistimed the stun on the... Ooh, never mind, doesn't get out. Can Diablo get these gems and get out? He manages to get the gems, so it's not total disaster for red team. They did get these Web Weavers down, got a kill on the blue team before they spawn. That's actually kind of big because it means orange team has less pushing power and they cannot get nearly as much on the map as they otherwise might have been able to. And this middle one is actually going down quick. Blue team being smart about this, they knew they didn't have a wall down, so you want to defend this as quickly as possible so that you can rotate to the other lanes. Otherwise, you would have actually been in quite some trouble here. They got another wall down top lane. Looks like both teams are going to be pretty conservative here. No one wants to start a fight. And there's no reason to. So, blue team actually ends up ahead on XP just because Malthael was dead during all that. In the meantime, Yrel was soaking bot lane. But it's only a slight XP advantage. It's not the biggest of the deals. They're going on a spicy gank on the Diablo. Can he get away from this? That is the wrong way to be pushing him, which means this is no longer going to work. Orange team tries to turn it around. They cannot. Got cucked by the polymorph. And just back to the game. These polymorphs almost coming in big, but can't quite get away with it. Blue team desperately trying to turn it right now. Got the flip on the join. I don't agree with that because now Diablo has no abilities left. He might just be dead here. Oh my god, the God Anduin coming in. Doesn't matter. Actually gets away anyway. The ultimate coming in from the Malthael on the Tygus. Can Vespertine get out of this one? Malthael, meanwhile, was just wailing on the back line. The Joanna is not going to be getting out of this one. That is a good turnaround. If blue team wants these gems, they got to take a lot of damage. That's actually a little bit risky. The Cassie can probably stay in there a little bit longer, coming in with the Brightwing on the heel. And now they just have to back off. Blue team, good for them. They didn't lose that many gems there.
And check this out. Simplicity, once again, filling up those gems closer to the web weavers here.
Lacking one. Not a math major, but can see that. Now they have enough. Oh,
I wish I could see who's got all the gems on red team.
When someone else procs it, because Shield Cleric cannot actually last hit without help.
Red Web Weaver is descending again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they do still have everybody up. Nobody got caught out this time, which means this should be at the very least 2 forts down. Maybe 3, maybe a keep. It depends if they can get some kills down. Blue team absolutely does not want to start a fight right now. They just want to clear lanes out. If they start a fight without knowing where the enemy team is, it could be disastrous for them if they get wiped right now. Brightwing face checking a lane, going in hard on this Rainer, who just gets saved by the God Anduin, always in position to save his teammates. Meanwhile, we still have a fight going down bot lane. Honestly, if Malthael was up here, they could just be killing all of these. The Joanna has all of the enemy abilities used on her. That is not who you want. She just heals right back up. That was a giant mistake on Orange team, which means their pushing power is now super weak, and they're not even going to get a fort up top. Diablo going in, gets instantly polyed, stunned, rooted, killed, and he might be able to get away from this. No, the Hanzo coming in big, jumping in on the Diablo. I don't think he gets away from this one. If you're a Diablo, you got to go back in. Now the Cassia might just die. Oh, Polymorph coming in because blue team realizes they have to defend mid lane. And if orange team wants to, they can take the top lane fort. Rainer is going for it, but he might just end up dying for this. So he is going to run away. He used his ultimate down on that. And that's 2 forts down. Blue team yet to turn in. They could get a turn in right now if they want while the enemy team is missing on the map, but they don't know where the enemy team is, so they've got to be careful. The Root just barely missing Joanna. Blue team gets their first turn in of the game at 12 minutes into the game. At the same time, Orange team has these bruisers pushing, and they know that the enemy team is on bruisers because they have not been taken off the map, which means we got ourselves a fight. 56 gems on that Vesper team coming in. Honestly, I would have taken that fight. Now, the Diablo might just be going down anyway because they didn't want a blue team rotate a little bit faster, collapsing on Orange team. Orange team does not have anywhere to run. Malthael about to start wailing on the entire backline, getting in a good amount of damage. Diablo is almost certainly going down. And if you're going to die, you got to deal some counter damage back. Malthael might end up being dead here, and now their ability to defend lanes is significantly worse. Blue team might get 3 forts down with a single turn-in. With their first turn-in, we shall see. Just because Orange team does not have a tank right now. Rainer doing his best to defend. It's not actually helpful. He should be in the other lanes right now because you are going to lose top lane 100%. He's not actually dealing meaningful damage. The enemy team just heals back up. He realized that, so he just backed off. They gave this. Cassia is getting collapsing on mid lane. The camera a little bit slow to show this, but it looks like they're going to be able to keep this up. They only lost 1 fort. It could have been significantly worse. If I was blue team, I would have been a tiny bit more aggressive, but they made the safe play. And they're going to go for an instant turn in again because they know they have all the lanes pushed out. So if they want to, they can get this Malthael kill. Is he going to be able to get away? Curate, not enough. Drops the Unstoppable. Wasted the Unstoppable as well. That's a lot of gens going down. And blue team gets an instant turn in.
Yeah, that's painful.
60 gems off of Vest routine. 55 actually. That's really good for them because it means if he dies, he no longer loses gems. And in the meantime, Orange team did manage to push top lane in quite a bit, which puts them in a position to defend these lanes pretty well. Malthael just respawned. The Medallion is on a 260-second cooldown. Got the ultimate coming in from Raynor. Neither team wants to start a fight. It does not look like this fort will actually go down. Blue team, Orange team clears his mid lane out very easily. In the meantime, they got bot fort down, and that's going to be able to push for quite a while. Brightwing is still bot lane. And a lot of times I would say that he should be with the team, and he is rotating in on this because there's not that much left to get bot lane. They get all 3 forts down. So now with 2 turn-ins, blue team is actually ahead of orange team's 2 turn-ins. And they still have bot lane pushing. With siege minions, they should get this wall down as long as the Spider Boy survives an entire rotation of using their abilities. It looks like the Spider's going to go down. Blue team really wants this fight. They just want this lane to get this entire wall down. In the meantime, we got this flip coming on the Tychus, gets the Unstoppable coming in, jumps out. Vespertine sees that the enemy team has no abilities left. The Diablo cannot do much here, and now Vespertine can just wail on the backline. Diablo should be able to get out here. He was able to run away to... Oh my god, that's a spicy polymorph coming in. He almost got away on the charge to the URL. Diablo's damage is actually kind of low here, now that I'm looking at it. Let's see what talents he has. Oh, he's taking Soulstone talents and Firestorm talents. That is not what you want. That is 100% not what you want. You want healing talent, charge talents, flippy talents. And now we got a free boss coming in top lane. This is a really good call because there's nothing else to take on this map. But once you get this boss down, if you get another turn, which they can just do instantly, they have boss and lanes pushing. 3 pushes right in a row, not letting up on the gas at all. And red team is in some trouble here. I don't see a win condition for them right now unless they start a fight right now and win, which I don't think they can do. They don't have the damage for it.
So he wants the boss to be roughly in tandem with the webbies. If you look at the travel speed on the minimap, you see like, yeah, they will roughly arrive at the same time. Pretty sick.
Like Cassia just not doing much here. Malthael has not been enabled at all. In order for Malthael to be able to be overly useful this game, you would need Diablo to go in and just be willing to die for his Malthael. And then Malthael cleans up the fight. But with the polymorph coming in, you're probably not going to be able to do that actually. So 30k Gaming is might even be able to end this game right now. Malthael should be here for this. It's actually a very important fight. It could be game winning. Diablo goes down. That's a 50-second cooldown. He did not have all his stones up, all his souls up. That is a... Oh, baby. That's a Raynor dropping as well. Malthael cannot defend this. Everybody on red team should just be healing right now. They're not, which means they're about to drop. That's Hosty going down. This is Curie going down. And Kyriazumi cannot save all his dead teammates. And that's the game, baby. Yeah, you need to defend top lane, give all your other lanes. They realized that a little bit too late. So that is a very, very, very clean game coming in from blue team.
What can you say? That was pretty clean, wasn't it?
You can say GG, well played.
Red team played well, mind you. They played really well. They just did not have the wave clear to deal with 3 turn-ins in a row. That is just really difficult to deal with.
You know, I was saying that it was simplicity with their dive and all that, but literally Grubby at one point said like, "Oh yeah, Bahamut mentioned how good Vesper